Program Manager of Rehab Services here at the Carroll Center, and this morning we are acknowledging Tyrese, who's completing a vocational transition program. Let's give him a round of applause. The VTP program is one of our longest programs at 20 weeks, and it has 2 tracks, a vocational track and a college track. Tyrese, you started on vocational track and you saw it all the way through, but you even blended some college in there near the end. So we're very thankful for the time that you spent with us, and a big thank you to family and supporters external of the Carroll Center and to the Carroll Center team. We'll hear from a few people this morning. We'll hear first from Kelly, who leads our vocational team, Augustine, who will present you. We'll hear from the man himself, and then we'll wrap up with Michelle as usual. So I'd love to invite up Kelly first.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming today. I want to congratulate Tyrese on a really great internship experience. He was able to balance 2 different employers on one site and another employer on another site over the course of 4 days during the week, including Saturdays. So thank you very much for giving up your weekends. I think he learned a lot. He learned how to use our public transportation here called the Ride, which I know is challenging at times, but you really did persist, and I'm so excited that you did. And you persisted through some challenges at your employers, too. So thank you for that. A little more color on the work that he did. He worked at a music band program called Plugged In, in which he did a lot of marketing work. So he did research to help them with an upcoming move so that they can settle into their new town better. They're going to be moving to a new town, and they need to do some research on area organizations. So thank you for that. And then at the other one, he actually worked at the front desk and also organized the gym and did some laundry. And I know that working at the front desk was sometimes a challenge for you, but really you did persist, and you found some workarounds and you found some ways to get the work done without your vision. So thank you for that, and thank you for persisting. The final internship organization that he worked with is a group called Able Fitness, and that's ABLE Fitness. Able Fitness is actually an organization that works with people who have disabilities. And in particular, I think that one was the most meaningful for you, at least from my perspective, because you really got to know some of the students that they worked with, and I think you made a real impression on them. So thank you for that. So congratulations on completing a wonderful internship. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention that towards the end of his experience, he attended some philosophy classes over at Framingham State University. And the culmination of that was a wonderful paper that he handed in over the weekend. So thank you for all your hard work. I can't wait to see what you do. You have so much potential, and you're going to do great.
Thank you, Kelly. Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Augustine, and I'm an orientation and mobility specialist, and I have the honor to be presenting the GOAT, Tyrese. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm really happy that I get to talk about the experience of working with Tyrese. So I could talk about the techniques and how he has great knowledge of orientation and mobility, and my job is to shape that technique and find new ways to improve. But mainly, I want to share with you guys a story that I had with him when I started working. I met him on a Thursday. First meeting, we don't do much. I come back on a Monday. I say, how was your weekend? He said it was very educational. I said, what happened? He said, well, we planned a trip. I said, where did you guys go? Which is great for mobility. He's planning a trip going from point A to point B. So he said, we went to the mall. I said, did you guys make it to the mall? We kind of did. What was fun about it? He said, well, at some point, we were walking on the highway. And in mobility, when we make a mistake, we backtrack that mistake, right? But when I heard the word highway, I'm like, let's backtrack this whole conversation. I said, what you mean you guys were walking on the highway? He said, well, we went for a walk. We were following the direction. We were walking on Route 9. I said, okay, and I didn't know how to move forward from that. That could have been a lesson for us at the end of the program. Not to walk on Route 9, but that 3 days or a conversation like that taught me a lot about Tyrese. He's fearless. He wanted to go to the mall. He Googled on his phone, and they followed directions with his peers. He wasn't alone, which meant he made friends on a few days. So my job is to take what he applied in that trip and see if we can organize those skills, be safe about those skills. Was he unsafe? They were not trying to be unsafe. They were following their instinct. They were following their canes, relying on their canes, and they made it back alive, and I'm thankful. I'm very thankful. I was very scared, and I think I spoke with Nick about it. I was like, we know about this. They were like, we won't know about it. They're going to be careful. Remember, they're independent, and it's great that he took initiative. And as a human, I think I was learning more of, not of course his skills, but I learned a lot about him in a week as who he is as a man. He's a gentleman. When they will take walks as a group, he was always trying to stay in the back of the group, making sure no one was left behind. And that for me meant more than the skills that he knows in the cane or how much he improved. And I'm very proud to say that I know you're going to be a very mature gentleman, which you are right now, but sometimes also he's a young man. He's a gentleman, and I'm very proud to say you were my student. And you have come a long way. Like Kelly said, there were some challenges at your work, and I always joke with him because for those who don't know, he's from Philadelphia, and I'm a big fan of Rocky. And it ain't about how hard we hit, it's about how hard we can get hit and keep moving forward. And that's what he does. And sometimes he will be down, and we will talk about it, and sometimes the world out there doesn't know our environment or our society of visually impaired people. I have also an impairment, so it's not personal when we face situations where people might be rude because you hear them saying, oh, look, they have a cane or things like that. And he was never impulsive about emotions or other people, and he was very professional. He gave himself time and the people in his environment time to learn about himself. And at the end, he learned, it was like, you know what, they were just not educated in what is to be holding a cane. And he didn't take it personal, and I was very proud to be part of that moment with you and see you mature as a man. And just like Rocky, you are hungry. You wanted to go to college. You advocated, and that's what we do here. We try to shape those skills that you already had. And you are a very strong man, and I'm very happy to be standing here with you and give you this certificate. Before I go, I want to say Tyrese has come a long way in a lot of areas. Cooking area. It was a strong area, and he made, marshmallow chocolate cookies, gluten-free. And they're here for all of you guys. So, yes. That being said, I can hand this, right?
Yep.
All right. It is an honor, Tyrese, for me to give you this certificate of vocational transition program. And here it is, and here it is. Let's give it a hand for Tyrese. Your chance.
I was supposed to write a speech like 2 weeks ago, but I fell asleep last night, so that's it's all right. My glasses broke anyway, and also some things are better to just come from the heart, you know. If you would have asked me, like, growing up, where would I be by 24? I would have never in a million years would have guessed I'd be at a blind school, you know. I thought I'd be at college, graduating, had a career in my own place, but this is where I am. And that took a lot to swallow. It took so much strength just to come here because, like it or not, coming here, it means learning how to live a different life than everyone else. People my age, people younger than me, older than me, they're all different from me. And I'm different from them. And that was something I was fighting really, really hard against. But I did it anyway. And it couldn't have been one of the best decisions I've made in the last few years. I've met some downright incredible people staying here. From my instructors to my boys to my aunties out there. They're all some of the most incredible people I've ever met. The genuineness of the personalities, the advice that they've given me, the laughs that we've shared. I've worked out for 3 years, and I'm telling you, the experience I've had here felt like it was worth more than going to the gym at 3 a.m. every day for 3 years. Speaking of one of my friends, I'm not sure if he's here or not, but my friend Ed, we were talking over the phone a couple of weeks ago about this movie I saw called The Long Walk. And it's pretty much a movie about these young men who pretty much have to walk or get shot. Pretty much. There's no finish line. You only walk until there's one person left. You can walk for days, you can walk for weeks, you walk till you drop pretty much. And what I got from that movie is my own little metaphor about blindness, about how this life is like a long walk. There is no rest from being blind. Sometimes things will get better, but more or less, sometimes things will get worse. It's tiring. It's exhausting. It's frustrating a lot, seeing everyone drive by you with their vision while you have to stand there walking and walking. No end in sight. No matter if you're tired, bored, you gotta keep walking. And that's what blindness is like. But along that walk are a lot of other walkers. Not just spectators, but fellow walkers. I see them partially right now. All walking their own long walk. Some have been walking since they were born. Some of them have been walking since last year. Some people have just started walking maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It doesn't matter. We're all walkers in this long walk. And it can be exhausting, it can be tiring, frustrating, and all that. But the thing that makes it better is the fact that we all have each other to motivate each other, whether we're tired or what. And I'm grateful to have that, because I've been exhausted for a very long time. And I'll be exhausted even longer after this, but knowing that I got some people walking with me, that's gonna make this walk just a little more enjoyable. So thank you all. Thank you to the Carroll Center. Thank you everybody.
You're good. Wow. Tyrese, wow. Very impressed with that. I think we need to have you write a book. I need something to read, and what you just spoke is better than anything I've read this year. So, thank you. Amazing. Let's hear from our good friend Michelle. Michelle?
How's it going?
Good.
I have the pleasure of wrapping up all the graduations by inviting, I'm going to go to the podium, welcoming every graduate into the Carroll Alumni Program. So I ask for your help in congratulating Tyrese and welcoming him in as an official alum. Right. It's hard to follow that speech, honestly. And that one, hit really hard for me too. With my visual impairment, it felt very lonely for many years. And then I also found the Carroll Center and the network. And Tyrese and I actually had this conversation just maybe like the week before, very recently about, his experiences here. And one thing he kept reiterating was the network that he made and the group of friends and the support system that he created while he was here. And he and I kind of shared a little bit of our experiences together about how incredible the Carroll Center is. And what I would like to stand here and say is, you don't even know the half of it. Because when you go back to Philly, no matter what you do, you're going to have the alumni program in your network. And that includes the friends that you made here while you were at the Carroll Center, as well as graduates from many years before and future graduates to come. And so no matter what you choose to do, Tyrese, whether you go back to college, you find work, you do all of the above, you get new glasses, because apparently we need those now, we're going to be in your corner. I'm going to support you through in-person or virtual events. Just if you want to give us a call and try to figure out, what you need moving forward, or you just want to talk and come back and reconnect, we're going to be here for you. The staff, the grads, just everyone who is going to be walking along that journey with you. So you said it perfectly. It's a long walk, but thankfully the group is very large, very strong, and we're going to help you kind of every step of the way. So thank you for kind of all of the hard work you have, and just know that we're going to be in your corner moving forward. So thank you all for everyone who's here, whether virtual or in person. Happy graduation, Tyrese. Official alum, no longer a Carroll Center client, but we hope to see you very soon. And I'm looking forward to those gluten-free cookies personally. But thank you guys so much for coming, and we have officially wrapped up our graduation. One final round of applause. Thanks, everyone.